get started. Welcome again, everyone. Thanks so much for coming. It's so good to see familiar faces that we've seen for years and years, and I'm happy to see some new faces too. So we're just going to talk a little bit about the 2023 line and do some sneak peeks of 2024, some of which you may have already seen in the booth, and then we'll do some trivia. We'll do some Q&A. You'll get an opportunity to ask us some questions, and then we'll do some trivia to win some prizes. First, I want to introduce the panel. For those that don't know me, I am Christine Taylor, and I am the licensing creative manager over many of the licensed products. So I link with our wonderful creative teams, some of which I have here, across all of Hallmark to work on various licenses and licensed products that you see that we've brought to you at New York Comic Con to show. And first, Sergio, why don't you introduce yourself?
Hi there, this is Sergio Rivero, and I'm a master designer in the licensing gifts group.
Hey everyone, I'm Haley Kellerman, and I'm an art director in Hallmark Ornaments.
My name is Kevin Dillmore. I'm a senior writer at Hallmark, and I've been, for the last year and a half, dispatched exclusively to keepsake ornaments.
All right, so many of you have already seen these, but if you haven't, this is the exclusive lineup for this year. Please make sure that you pick one up before you leave the convention, if you don't win one later today. So how many people, here's our Star Wars line. Obviously a little heavy in Return of the Jedi, given it's the anniversary year. My personal, I don't know if I have a personal favorite. I mean, it might be Jabba, but I particularly like R2-D2. I've been wanting to do that one for a long time. So I was excited to see that finally come to life. And of course, for those, has everyone seen the Carbonite? How many people actually got one? Ooh, how many people want one and haven't got one? Good news, they are shipping more. From what I've been told, it should be sometime in November or December. So I would start checking around Thanksgiving and just keep checking online or calling your local store and see if they got any in. But for those that haven't seen it, we'll play the war.
He doesn't survive. He's worth a lot to me.
The Empire will compensate you if he dies. Put him in.
Truly, this won't help me.
Save your strength. The princess, you have to take care of her. You hear me?
I love you.
I know.
Excited to bring this technology to Star Wars. For those that remember, we had a similar technology for the Batman 1966 ornament a couple of years back. And you'll see more of these great concepts using these mechanics. Now that show, for those that don't have one, is a lot longer, because you remember that scene is a lot longer. And it doesn't come with smoke. We tried to get the smoke in. I know that's the biggest question, but apparently this guy has figured out a hack, so I'm sure you could probably TikTok that somewhere. And then if you haven't seen the Jabba, he hasn't gotten as much attention as the Carbonite scene, but like we've done Yoda and the sorting hat and some others, this is one of those mechanical technologies that we have. Jabba seemed like a natural fit, right, Kevin?
Yeah.
Yeah, I even love the way he had the belly roll. But
And
I
I fought for the salacious crown.
Yeah.
I said we should-
well, we have to have it. We have to have it. You can't have that laugh and he's not there. So, but obviously we couldn't put everyone on Jabba's throne that could have been in that scene, but I think it was a perfect little combo there. And as you see, this is the 50th anniversary of keepsake ornaments. So we've been making ornaments since 1973. So it's an exciting year for sure for us. And here's some more of the Star Wars line. We've got Anakin in the series this year. Anakin's kind of back in the limelight again. It's good to see him on the shows. And then the May the 4th release was Wicket and Leia. And it was cool to bring the Rancor back in line with Boba Fett in that scene. Whether you liked that series or not, it was cool to have him on top of a Rancor. And then of course, Ahsoka. How many saw the Ahsoka series recently? And continuing with more Mando and Grogu flying around. We've got the N1 Starfighter and the Legos. And I'm gonna stop talking. I'm gonna punt it over to Star Trek. I'm gonna punt it over to Kevin for Star Trek. I'm gonna let him talk through this model line.
I'm glad I showed up sober. So as you can see, we've got a number of different ornaments. Our goal is that as we look at the audiences for Star Trek, I mean, I have seen things change over time to when somebody says, oh yeah, Star Trek, I used to watch that with my dad. They're not talking about the original series anymore, they're talking about Next Generation. And it's fun to put some breadth in the line that sometimes we'll focus a little bit more on the original series, and that's partly my fault. But you can see we've got, we do have one original series ornament in there. Okay, can anybody name the episode that the Hand of Apollo is from?
Launch Red Lights.
That's what we're talking about. Yeah. I don't even know how to pronounce the last word. Is it Adonis? Maybe. I don't know. It seems like there's an extra vowel. But yes, and that's from the opening scene of that particular episode. We've got Badgie representing Lower Decks. You guys will have to customize the blood on them yourself. We've got two ornaments that represent Star Trek The Next Generation. One is certainly one of the episodes that is a baton pass between the two series. That's an episode called Relics. We've got dialogue from Captain Picard as well as Montgomery Scott. Our other Next Generation ornament is a scene from, I'm not going to know which episode off the top of my head, but Data composes a poem to his cat Spot. And that does feature audio with verses from the poem. Considering that Riker fell asleep during the poem, we didn't put the whole thing in. And then on the far left is something we're pretty excited about. That is actually a tabletop decoration that features light and sound with the original Enterprise. It has 5 different audio performances with scenes from various episodes and a coordinating light display that goes through the planet and the kind of plasma beam that connects the ship to the planet. You'll find sound effects as well as dialogue. Here's a secret Easter egg that whenever somebody on the Enterprise crew is talking in the ornament, you're going to see the color of their tunic flash in the plasma in between things. So just kind of a little tip to who might be talking. The other fun thing about this one is that if you flip the switch, that it becomes kind of a white noise machine, and it has a loop of sound effects from the bridge in the Enterprise. So if you ever wanted to just have bridge sounds throughout your house, 24/7, and who doesn't? You can do that through our tabletop Enterprise.
Kevin, do you want to talk a little bit about just kind of the process of, that we work through and work with keepsakes, sort of concept some of these ideas?
Sure. Well, one of the things that, ever since moving into the keepsakes team over the last year and a half, I've been the point person on our line for Star Trek. And we try to represent characters, scenes, and ships in the ornaments that we produce. Our first line of ideation generally comes from me. I speak a lot off the record with my longtime Star Trek writing partner, Dayton Ward. We'll bounce some ideas around. We'll speak on the keepsakes team about different scenes, iconic dialogue. We definitely want to include storytelling in our ornaments because Star Trek is rich in story. Once we come up with some ideas, we take that to our partners at CBS/Paramount. I don't even know what they are officially these days.
Well, you take it to licensing first. And
Well,
then we
okay, that's
schedule
true.
a
Christine looks at it first. and then the ones that are too expensive, I get told no.
meeting. Now, I'm not
No, that's by our
I'm not the
engineers.
police on the money.
That's by our engineers. But yes, we do work within the company with our Christine as a licensed creative account manager. Is that correct?
Just licensed creative manager.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
That's definitely something that is important for us on the keepsake side, is to work closely with our licensed partners. And once we get that narrowed down with what we want to present to the licensors, we will meet with them. Have been very lucky to be working with a representative on the Star Trek side that I've been working with for more than 20 years through my fiction and magazine writing for Star Trek. And then once those get approved, then we start working on the engineering side and the sculpting side. And from idea to tree, sometimes it's 2 years.
Yeah, about 18 months typically when we're talking about the model lines and trying to get the balance right, make sure that the licensor approves off on it, and the sculptor's got to, and the sculpt has to go out and get approved. So there's multiple level approvals with licensors, which I know some of you probably already know this. But one thing I wanted to bring up and why I brought up Star Trek, because Kevin's here, is what we try to do is really tap into the knowledge and the passion of the fan bases that are actually working in our building. So we have a lot of fans that just absolutely love these properties. So we will go and have brainstorms with fans that are excited about doing it. I myself, when I started this role, I was a huge Star Wars fan, so I was a little girl. So I get to bring that excitement and my energy and my fandom to those ideas every day. So it's exciting, and there's a lot that I love too, but we try to find, in fact right now Kevin's working across the building to find fans of all different fandoms and all different genres, so we can bring them into the fold and get their opinions and their ideas. So, and of course we'd love to hear from you when you're here. I don't know who's seen the tabletop TARDIS. Or who's seen our doctor's ornaments. Those are out. What we don't have on display, we have the Silent, and we have Matt. Is he the 10th Doctor?
No, it's David.
11th, okay.
Oh, well, there goes my trivia question. So there's one ornament you
I
don't
just
get.
screwed it up.
That's not true.
We didn't hear anything.
The cool thing about, I don't know if you've seen this tabletop in action, I'm going to show you, but so this is celebrating the 16th anniversary. We did this tabletop. It is using that sculpt we did a couple of years ago, but it's a much larger scale, and it's got light and sound and motion and all. So this plays.
I can't waste any more time. Things to do, places to go. It may be irrational of me, but human beings are quite my favorite species. There's no point in being grown up if you can't be childish sometimes.
Susan's Excited to make that thing move, that's for sure. And I gotta tell you, when we did that TARDIS originally, we painstakingly studied all the iterations of TARDIS to make sure we got that one right. I can attest to that myself. So I looked at so many corners and edges of TARDIS's differences that my eyes were going to bleed. So be sure and pick it up as a tabletop now. Okay, for Harry Potter fans, some of my personal favorites, which is kind of like not in the main cast. The Patronus Charm, which is a light grommet plug-in, and then we have Dobby, who's an animatronic. I don't think I have an example of Dobby speaking, but he's like really good. If you go to the booth, he's a pretty good size ornament, and that's what we had to do in order to be able to get his mouth and eyes and everything to move. And the Nearly Headless Nick, actually that also took quite a bit of trying to figure out, because we wanted to make him luminescent like a ghost, so we knew we couldn't really use a resin material for that. So he's partially in, I believe, blown glass as the final in order to kind of get that luminescence. And I believe there's also maybe a light grommet in that one. I can't exactly remember, but he was a hard one to get right, but we wanted to get him right, and we think it's fun that we were able to add him in. Another different, how many people are collecting the houses on the Diagon Alley? Exciting. Well, we're going to continue to do more, so you'll see one every year. I thought this one turned out well. It was very hard to try to get some of those skinny things, so we had to simplify it a little bit. One cool different thing is there's a Stein series. I don't know if you're familiar. That's just, it's not really based on license, but they actually let us do a little Harry Potter Hogwarts version of the Stein. So it's a really cute little different thing that we've done this year we've never done before. And then we're wrapping up the, we're not wrapping up the book series. I think we do have one more after this. But of course the books for those that are collecting, and then Hermione in her Christmas outfit. Who's a Nightmare fan? You've got to get this. I don't know how many people have little tree skirts, but this tree skirt is awesome. So definitely check that out. And then of course we've got Oogie Boogie. We've got the mayor. And then, sorry I didn't show all the Nightmare line. I gotta keep going forward. How many people were able to get the Haunted Mansion this year? From when I was told, it went up live again last night at midnight and sold out immediately again online, but there may be some at your stores, but do not fret. This is a storyteller, and have you know from other storytellers, for those that have purchased it, that we will have this for 3 years. So if you did not get it this year, there will be more next year. And here's a little taste of the show.
Welcome, foolish mortals, to the Haunted Mansion. There are several prominent ghosts who have retired here from creepy old crypts all over the world. We have 999 happy haunts here. But there's room for 1,000. Any volunteers?
Excited to bring that one to life. Any thoughts on that one, Kevin?
Well, I think it's pretty cool that Disney's letting us do parks properties. I know that's something that we and other licensors have wanting to do for years, and for them to give us permission to do this, and I think we definitely delivered on their expectations.
Yeah. It took us a while before we were able to get parks, but now that we have it, it's exciting that we can explore a bunch of different rides. Just quickly going through the superheroes, we've got a couple of anniversaries where we've done some comic covers, which I thought turned out really well. And then, who's watching Loki right now? I missed this week, so don't tell me anything. And I was excited to see Keaton Batman back in The Flash, for those that actually saw The Flash. It's a decent movie. But we were excited to finally do the 89 Batman. I don't know that we've done the car, but we had never done Keaton as Batman, so definitely get that one this year. And then just expanding more in our fantasy, fantasy is like big again, and it was nice to go back and to bring some dragons in the line, both from House of Dragons and Dungeons and Dragons. For those that are Lord of the Rings fans, obviously it's been a while since we've done anything from Lord of the Rings, but as it's becoming kind of back in the limelight again, I know Amazon's doing that show. We're of course revisiting the original movies. And how many people are Witcher fans? How many people were sad that Cowell's leaving? Well, you can have forever now a memory of your tree of him as the Witcher. So, but yeah, he actually approved this himself. So we were pretty sad whenever he was announced that he wasn't going to keep going on that. So. And we have another big anniversary with Jurassic Park. Really excited to bring the Jeep into the Cars the Stars series. The Dilophosaurus, I don't know if you can see there, but he has the Barbasol can under his little foot there, which I thought was a great little addition. I wanted to make sure, I was like, just having them's kind of boring. Can we get the Barbasol can in there? So they did. And of course, you got a great movie moment with Morpheus with the red pill, blue pill. And a Galactica, so revisiting classic BSG. Yay! So we've done some characters, but we've not done the ship yet, so we finally have brought the ship into the line. How many are excited about Pickle Rick? I know somebody down at the end of the table that's excited about Pickle Rick.
Very excited.
Did anyone see the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie? This one actually, so I was like, yeah. I was excited that we were actually able to do Turtles now, and some Power Rangers, and some Transformers. So all two new movies. Pickle Rick doesn't have sound, right?
No, it does
But
not.
we wanted it to have sound, right? And they told us no.
Yeah. The sound became a little problem.
Yeah, I forgot about that. But ones that do have sound is this entire lineup, which just looking at it, you can imagine the sounds that come out of these. Really happy to do Ted Lasso. Jason Sudeikis is another one that looks at his own sculpts and approves them. Actually, all these actors do, except for Rainn Wilson. Everybody else actually looked at their own ornament before it got approved, which I think it's always fun. So, well, okay, I say that. I'm going to say that with some caution. Sometimes it's fun to have talent look at it when they like it, and sometimes it can take a really long time to get it approved that way. But we're excited to bring this lineup. It's very comical for your tree to have all these different characters on it. I think Big Lebowski has a 30, I believe. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we're just going to pretend that half and half container is filled with White Russian.
Yes.
The dude's not going to drink half and half glass.
Yes, every single one of these have sound. So sorry I didn't have any demos for it, but they say most of your favorite and famous lines. One thing on David on Schitt's Creek is we had to actually specially design that sweater because he's always in designer sweaters. So it was like one of the biggest things is trying to find, and Sergio knows this too, we had to look to try to find not just a generic look because we would get in trouble if we put in all his designer sweaters. All right, who's gaming fans?
Let's go.
Trying to expand more of our gaming line. So yeah, we've got Minecraft Warden is fairly new. We were excited to bring that into the line. And the Bumblebee is so cute. I really love that. And then Sonic and the Dreamcast. Is anyone collecting all the different consoles right now? Cool, yeah. We're going to continue to do that series. So it's exciting to keep that series up. And then, of course, Sonic. And then Nintendo. for those that are seeing that we have little ornament displays outside of our booth right now, we'll have Cat Mario tomorrow, so come get your picture with a blown up Cat Mario tomorrow. And excited to add My Hero Academia to the line. I think last year someone asked if we were going to have My Hero Academia, or a couple years ago, and they said increase our anime, and we are increasing our anime. So very excited to do that. And interestingly, thank you. Interestingly enough, on we just wanted to do a regular version of Deku, and they said, no, we want you to do the Christmas episode. And so they asked us actually to do specifically this Christmas episode. And then I thought, merch break was kind of like kind of a deep cut for us. So we were excited to bring that, and that's a tall ornament, tall skinny ornament. So many of you knew we started some Funko ornaments in our Hallmark branded ornament line. But this is the first year we're doing keepsake Funko Pop ornaments. And what's unique about these is that these, while they're based on the Funko Pops, they're not just renditions or smaller versions of the Funko Pops. So we're actually putting them into scenes, we're sculpting them into different poses. So these are all unique, and you will continue to see this line with keepsakes. And having light and sound, and actually a bigger line of them next year you can expect. So those that are Funko fans and like to have a little scene displayed, expect more of those coming up. I believe the Batman only lights, it doesn't play sound, does it, Kevin?
I believe that's correct.
Okay. Speaking of Funko Pops, I'm going to punt it over to Haley. This is our new line in our Hallmark ornament line.
These are our 2023 lineup, new for 2023. So you can find me at Walmart, you can find me at Hallmark stores, we have other retailers too, like CVS, Macy's, Walgreens.
Yeah, I think the Walmart gets first to market, so it'll be in there. But there's a couple of other. I think Hallmark has a Vader that's an exclusive that has a candy cane. Actually, it's a little different. So if you want candy cane Vader, so you'll start seeing more other retailer exclusives beyond Walmart for those of you that are seeking these out. But Walmart typically is our first to market for these, and definitely for these, which are the new Poppin' Buddies. I love collective size.
So yes, these ones are exclusive to Walmart, and these also have the companion, the gold. So there's like on the shelf at Walmart, there's an all gold version, which you can see an example of this at our booth of the Stitch and Scrump here, where they're just completely painted gold, and it's just kind of luck of the draw. If you stumble across one, great. If not, there's all the regular colors as well.
Yeah, so every single one of them have the seasonalized gold version, but it is more, you have to find it. There's less shipped in each of the shipments, so yeah, but it's cool. And we have a new sort of in our Hallmark ornament line, we have a new series of ornaments that we are calling Storied Moments. And Haley, you want to talk a little bit about these?
Yeah, I'll talk a little bit. This is also exclusive to Walmart. These are brand new this year. I think they hit shelves 11/1. We're really excited about these. And actually, Kevin had a huge role in the storylines on these and everything. So I'll let you talk a little bit about like deciding the SKUs and what story we were telling.
Oh. Okay. Actually, Tim Bodendistel was the person who brought me in on he had concepted all of these different ideas and brought me in to just do the copy. And the cool thing was that if you can see that there's at the very top on the right picture is Spider-Man and Green Goblin. So our idea was to do Mandalorian and the Spider-Man set as issues of comic books. The Star Wars comic that Marvel did in the 70s was definitely what brought me into comics as a young reader. And then I guess it's Mickey's Christmas Carol and Nightmare Before Christmas on the bottom were kind of designed to look like old clamshell VHS containers. and then or maybe it's Charlie. I guess it's Charlie Brown. And so Mickey's Christmas Carol and How the Grinch Stole Christmas, I think, are more like storybooks. So sorry, got that wrong. This is why they don't have me do this all the time. But it was a lot of fun to work with the licensors. We've got more planned in coming years, and our inspiration for the whole thing, throwing back to my days of Christmas, where I would get a Lifesavers book in my stocking from my grandma every year. There's this kind of fun of Christmas nostalgia wrapped around that particular packaging, and so we thought it'd be fun to apply to these 2-packs. I think when you see them on the shelf, I didn't imagine just how cool they would really look until it all came together, and I'm really proud to be part of it.
And we don't have the packaging at the booth, but we do have the Mandalorian one and the Nightmare Before Christmas one. You can see the actual ornaments, so you can get an idea. They're pretty nice scale, too.
They're big, but they're very lightweight, so they're not gonna
They're not a branch breaker.
Branch breaker.
Like some of the ones with mechanics, like the carbonite scene is a branch breaker. Now we're going to move on a little bit to our current Star Wars gifts. I'm going to punt this over to Sergio.
Yeah, thanks. We're really excited about all our offerings that we have right now for 23 and some great stuff that's coming for 24. We had done originally a top left there, we did the Luke Skywalker's Rebel helmet. We had done a Darth Vader one a few years before, which was really successful, so we were like, oh, this would be great. So if you already have the Darth Vader one, you've got a good guy, bad guy type of photo. It'd be a great opportunity to do a selfie, get your head in there.
Just do a face shot. I'm going to do a face shot just here.
And you can
see if I can make it work.
Absolutely. We've done the snow globes in the past. Always wanted to keep doing a little bit more. We have the Darth Vader's chamber up in the right there, and has sound and light and movement.
And glitter.
Yes, absolutely, and glitter inside. So it's a nice big piece, a great centerpiece for your table or for the fans. So we have the large jumbo Rule of the Galaxy Darth Vader mug with lightsaber handle. That is a sound activated, so when you actually pick up the mug itself, it'll start playing the sounds. So it has a light sensor on the bottom. And then our Rebel mug and our great new R2-D2 perpetual calendar. And we've done these sort of in the past, but this time we've actually added, so when you change the numbers, every time you change it, we get R2-D2 sounds. So he talks to you every day. So.
One thing about that Vader is just the attention to detail. I know that you and I paid to making sure it's true to that scene when he gets his helmet on in the chamber and Empire Strikes Back, right down to the pose and how his legs are crossed, how the back is actually true. We just got lots of reference. So even something that small and detailed, we're very serious about holding to all of the references.
Definitely.
Of course, there's some things just to fit it in a globe. You have to make some concessions, but we try to do our best.
But a lot of people don't know this, but actually every time Vader takes his helmet off, glitter comes out. And you can see it in the 4K, trust me.
Yeah, they cut that scene from the movie, but yeah, director's cut has it.
That Rancor and Luke, I know I can just tout that thing all day long because I love it so much.
It is
the cutest Rancor ever made, I think. And I'm not biased, but.
Absolutely, yeah, no, he's my absolute favorite. He was great to work on. We've got some great offerings this year coming out. We have the Force Ghosts, and those are great because you just let them charge for a little bit and they glow really good. So you definitely get that effect of being the Force Ghost, so really a great one. We have Hunter, and he has this removable helmet. We have Ahsoka. So, and then also, I'm sorry.
Oh, I was just saying Fennec Shand.
Yes.
And Fennec, her helmet comes off too, right?
Yes, helmet removes as well, so, and she's got a lot of great details, different materials for her outfit and everything like that. So, yeah, we're super excited about these.
And Sergio, you designed all of the things.
I do. I design all of this. So I have fun all day. I can't believe they paid me. Those force ghosts are the cutest dead things I've ever seen. Resurrected them, brought them back.
And then doing more vehicles. First time we've done vehicle with Harry Potter.
Absolutely.
So.
Yeah, we've done some great new vehicle with Harry. You know, we've has sound. He's got his different outfits. So, and then also with
The Mandrake?
yeah.
No, I'll take a little responsibility for Mandrake because I really said you gotta make him pull him out and he's gotta scream. So he does.
Yep, he does. He pulls him out and immediately turns on. So,
You do have to have a little bit of I couldn't get them to do the motion though. They had to do the you have a little bit of activation with your finger as you pull it, but
we tried to get it to where it was just when you pulled it up and activated. But when you're holding him, you just have to squeeze a little bit when you pull him. So yeah, he's super fun. And we've got some great ones also coming out. These are a big favorite of mine. We have, of course, Indy, and he's got his little whip. He's got a leather jacket on. We have, over to the side is my favorite also, is Newman from Seinfeld. And he does have sound, so when you squeeze his belly, he plays all his great lines from the TV show, just in the continuation from the show.
and they all have sound, right? Except for Indy, I think, right?
Yes, yeah, they all have sound, absolutely. Of course, we have The Office, with Kevin's famous chili bot that he has with his little gloves on. And then also we have, thank you, my gosh. So,
Jason is from Kansas City.
I know, my gosh. And he's great, yeah. So we've had a lot of fun with a lot of these newer properties with us. So.
Pick up the pace a little bit. Yeah. We do have Rick and Morty coming up. They're not already out. Sonic.
Yes, we have Sonic, and then we also have yeah, for the Pokemon group too. So.
And the indie gift line that you and I worked pretty closely together to get we were actually given a lot of, ability and creative freedom on this.
Absolutely, yeah. Salt and pepper shaker up on the top left. It's great. Have your idol with you. Yep.
That boulder looks a lot better in real life. So
yeah.
You gotta come down and
great.
see it.
Absolutely, come see it in the booth. We have a perpetual calendar up on the top. It's the Staff of Ra headpiece. You actually just move those up to the date and month that you are at. The great arc frame, so you can be famous there with your family, and a great sculpted mug with Indiana's whip as the handle.
I have a lot of people that say they're not taking the picture out of the frame. They're just going to leave it with Indiana.
Oh, that's, you know what? That's what you can say as a family member.
And then a few additions to Harry Potter.
Yep, great new additions to Harry Potter. Our team has done a great job with these. Harry Potter's always so great for us. Continuing on with the oven mitt, we have the chocolate frog pillow. We have a great set of the mugs. There's 4 of them actually, and then we have the great water globe.
Also more glitter.
Yes, also more glitter.
And the song, but it's specific to the snitch music that plays during the Quidditch match, right?
Correct. Yes, it is correct, and it's an impressive piece. The wings, they're shipped separately, so often you put them in because it's very nice.
And
so
that is also in
gotta have as a Harry Potter fan.
All right, who's ready for some sneak peeks? All right, so we've got the Pigman coming out of the portal for Minecraft. We've got the Power Ranger, yes, Power Ranger van, and then 89 Batman and Batmobile, the Funko Pop. This has actually not been done by Funko Pop too, and we were talking about this if they would let us, can we do a vehicle too? So we have to work closely with them to try to figure out the proportions when it's something that they haven't done yet. Some more Jurassic Park. That one's the Tyrannosaurus Rex with music. That has the roar too, right, Kevin, and the music?
Yes.
Okay. Yes. And then Captain Pike, you want to talk about what he talks about? How many are watching Strange New Worlds? It's great, right?
Radiation burned Pike Comic-Con exclusive next year.
Didn't we already do?
Yes, we did. One of our poorest performing Star Trek ornaments ever. That was my idea. Thank you so much for bringing it out.
Can't win them all, Kevin.
That's all right. I'm still gunning for the Pike tree topper that just blinks yes or no when you ask if you're naughty or nice. I think it could work. The Pike ornament, we're really excited to bring and this with sound as well. In the past, we've done a lot of our figurals just a kind of a standalone. And the scene is going to be the very end of the pilot episode where you'll hear Ortega's talk about what do we do next, and he does we explore and that great speech. And you get to hear the Enterprise going to warp. So it was fun sound to put together.
And then X-Men 97. I was excited about that. So finally seeing some X-Men in the line, I was excited to see. So with our Harry Potter, this isn't just an isolated scene from the Chamber of Secrets with Ron and Hermione. So this is the announcement of a new storyteller series specific to the Chamber of Secrets. So expect more coming along those lines, but that's a little taste of one of the ornaments that will be part of that series. And then Oogie Boogie, that's a pretty big one. I think it glows like with light and sound. Is it glow in the dark or is it just light up? Do you know, Kevin?
I don't. Do you know?
Yes, no.
Trivia question.
Do you know what's going to happen to this ornament next year?
The answer may. Yeah, come back next year, we'll give it a
So some Star Wars sneak peeks that we also shared in San Diego. The May the 4th release for the 25th of Phantom Menace would be Darth Maul and the Probe. And the Probe droid is like a little tiny little mini. It's cute, but it is pretty much in scale. We might have cheated it just a little bit. And then Qui-Gon is their series. And then, so another mechanic we've got with Grogu. So this is him, the latest season with his new pram that he can drive himself and operate. But you'll see some more of his facial expressions, his cooing and everything. And I think that there's a sound in there that nobody can really decipher, but he does say this is the way, or tries to say this is the way. It actually does not sound like that at all, though. But that's what the sound clip said, so he says it somewhere in there. And then Better Together. Sergio, you want to talk about this? This is a new line of plush for us that you might have seen the food. If for those that follow our plush lines, we have the foods that are better together. So now we have characters that are better together.
Absolutely, yeah. As Christine says, Better Togethers have been very popular for us. Of course, it's always been food related. I think the White House is a great opportunity for us to do in licensing. There's always a great duo that works together. So of course we have a Harry Potter one and our Nightmare Before Christmas one, which we're really excited about.
Some more itty bitties.
Yes.
Speaking of X-Men 97, Jurassic Park is a 2-pack. We've got Sabine with her helmet removed, and the golem that has sound. Of course it has sound.
I can't look at the column for too long. It's a cute version of Gollum.
My eyes. I thought he turned out pretty cute for Gollum. I would stare at his eyes. He's got a little ring. We made sure the ring has the elfin language. It's got all of it.
And scratch and sniff for Comic-Con next year for Gollum.
I'll let you work on that one.
Okay.
Yeah. You can choose his cheeks light up on this one. This is we brought him back, but this time when you actually press his cheeks will light up.
And then adding My Hero Academia to the line. So there's a 2-pack, and then the All Might's Fine Self.
Yes.
And then the new Star Wars line. You want to run through this one really quick?
Absolutely. The top left is a grilling spatula.
With sound?
With sound. The quote on the handle is, Luke saying, you know, I got a little cook, but I'm all right. And then, of course, that sound, many sounds from that. We have a great following on the Darth Vader apron that we had with light. This one actually is Luke in his X-Wing gear, so you put it on, it sounds like you're Luke. You know, it'll actually play scenes from the movie. So it's sound. It's great Mandalorian socks. We also have a great set. It's a bundle, grilling bundle, Mando and Grogu oven mitt, and then Mando's weapon is actually the grilling fork. A great set. This is the first in a series that we'll be doing of vintage style type glasses, kind of like back in the 70s and 80s with Burger King. Did that. This one we're doing a set of different from the shows. We have Ahsoka, Boba Fett, Mando, and so on. We'll be doing, like I said, first in the series, so has that vintage look. Bottom left is a Darth Vader mug with sound. You take the top of his helmet comes off, and it'll play sound. It's kind of like we've done with our R2-D2 and our BB-8 mugs. We have a hooded robe, Darth Vader hooded robe. We also have Chewbacca slippers with sound. So they do play all of Chewbacca's great sounds. One of my favorites is the
Rancor mug.
The Rancor mug.
With the cookies in the
With
mouth.
yep. So
The
it'll
cookies
have-
are sold separately.
Yeah, cookies sold separately, but it does have the open spot there, so you can put your cookies in there while you're drinking your coffee. So, and then one piece that we're really excited for is the phone holder and projector, and it's Darth Vader's TIE Fighter. There's a spot you place it into a slot in the back of the ship. We'll have an opening so you can put your charger through, so you can charge your phone. And once you place that phone into the slot, the Empire symbol will project up on the wall.
Pretty cool. Sorry, I'm gonna keep going because I want to have enough time for Q&A and we're running late. So let's just do some highlights on this. So here's the new Harry Potter line. There's the book nook is something kind of new. So that's going to be a sculpted element for those that have seen those little paper craft book nooks. Same concept, but we've sculpted this into a resin piece that has that little scene, some cute socks, and like a sorting hat mug, and a little head wig that's actually a gift card holder that has the little envelope there.
There's also, sorry, I was going to say real quick, we're really proud of this one too. It's a rotating lamp. It's the second one from the right. So turn on the lights, and there's 3 different levels, so each one will be spinning in different directions, and it's scenes from Harry Potter.
Okay, and then there's Sonic, pizza cutter, perpetual calendar. And we have some of this. We have showing a little bit of it in the booth. And then last but not least, we have The Office, which we're going to introduce for the first time in our line. So the Dundee Award's actually a phone holder for those that don't know. So you can put your phone on the Dundee Award. Several things with sound. The calendar, actually, the Jell-O mold jiggles. So has a little jiggle mechanism. All right, and that is it. We don't have a ton of time for questions, but I want to say thank you.